We're on air. We're alive. But yeah, I can't get anything on here because what I want to get on here is public. Public. And you can't get public on here. I can invite. Unable to invite public or extended channels. Oh, really? Really? Of course you can't, because that would be logical. We can't have logic on here. We have to have illogic on here. You people are just, ooh, what imagine. Yeah, take info. What the hell? Nobody cares. Take info. Oh, unable to invite public or extended circles. And it's like, really? You can't do that? 120 followers, and you're I never take. Oh, let me get rid of it. Apparently, we are. Nobody cares. Nobody cares what we have, or we know what the knowledge is out there over 2,000 years. Oh, they just want us to be slaves. And there we are. I wear a slave shirt with a collar of chains around my neck. Okay. Is that good? Okay. Is it? No, it's not. They just keep going on with this. I wonder when Star Trek comes in here and fixes all this stuff. The J2758 motor engine, and it's like a flying car. And, okay. I'll play that. We can play it. Interesting. Isn't it? Are you interested? Are you on the air? I turned it on and got nothing. Oh, well. Into the world. Goodbye, Earth. Maybe we never existed. Maybe that's why we're dying. We got a bunch of retards running the entire planet. And they're retards. I mean, they make a retard look like a goddamn Einstein. And they're stupid. And I keep saying that. Why do I keep saying that? Because I know they are. They look at themselves as superior beyond all beings on the planet. Or they're the inferior beings on the planet. And I don't think they know this. I mean, they're stupid. They play this game. And they keep playing it. And I want to know why they keep playing it. I want to talk to some of these deranged people who come out and say, look, we run this planet. We've been under these draconians for a long time, and we run this planet. Okay, so the draconians make you look like idiots. Okay, I can agree with that. Uh, but do you understand that we're beyond those who are the draconians? Oh, we don't know this. Well, you're idiots. That's why you don't know it. And I go through and I try to explain this stuff with them. And they just keep going on and on and on. And they play the game. Draconianism. Okay, you keep playing that game. You're an idiot. You don't realize it. You're not draconian. You've been programmed to be draconian. You think you're part of them. You're reptilian. Maybe, yeah, somewhere in the bloodline there's reptilian going on. Stupid shit like that. But you're going to continue and believe in them? Idiots. We got a bunch of idiots running the world. And they need to be brought down and shown they're just idiots. And they're not draconian. Draconians have a final DNA, and if they even find a trace of that in their system, it doesn't mean that they're draconian. It just means they're idiots following after them. And no, it works. Oh. I just wish somebody would come on here, have the knowledge, and be able to say, yeah, we're being controlled by draconians, some species of monster that's ruling the planet, and they came from another star system. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to buy into this Christian bullshit of they're demons and they come from another dimension or anything. Oh no, these people actually come from another star system. They have ships, they have vessels that are able to transverse space and time. Of course, they got the knowledge. They went and conquered other species who had it and used it for themselves to come here. And we're on the outer side of the galaxy. And right now we're getting ready to run into I can't explain it offhand. I mean, it's really a lot of mathematics involved in it. But we're getting ready to fall into this disk of matter that's coming through. It's going to change everything. Maybe it's for the better. I believe in God, so therefore God is doing this, and He's going to make us superhumans. And the angels are looking back, going, "We should have destroyed these species a long time." Anyways, never mind. And nobody talks. Nobody. Tonight's broadcast, we are talking about everything that could happen, would happen, may happen, and it's all out there. Why wouldn't you not believe it? Lost souls. So many lost souls. They're 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 just playing out throughout this stuff, and they don't know what's coming down the pipe. And I don't know. And I only get one viewer on here. Well, I'm getting ready to turn this off in 10 minutes unless somebody comes on here and talks to me. And it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. If you do or don't, it doesn't really matter. It's 3:25 in the afternoon. I come on here, I talk, I don't get anyone. I mean, when a transvestite gets more hits than I do because of their religious beliefs and they're trying to talk to her. Why don't you give that bit of energy towards me and talk to me? Or at least not transvestite. You know, never mind. I'm non-sexual. Period. I don't believe in sexuality. I think it's a farce. It's been given to us over the ages, and oh, I get nothing. Okay, all right. I have nothing, and I get no viewers. I should at least have one viewer on right now. One person who comes on here and talks to me. One. I get nothing. But if I'm a transsexual, oh my God, you get 10 people on there trying to discuss this nonsense that Nadia is trying to tell to you. Okay. You go along with Nadia. Okay. There's okay. Yeah. Go with Nadia. Nadia's good. Everyone else is bad. And yeah, the earth is Sodom and Gomorrah. I don't expect God to allow this planet to exist much more. He'll blow the entire planet up and kill us all just to end this stupidity of Sodom and Gomorrah. Are you on here? Are you on now? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I don't have anyone. Maybe no one wants to talk to a God-fearing person. Well, okay. You can talk to yourself as I am talking to myself, and you have nothing. Are you really ready for that? Ready for the end of the earth? Blow the entire planet into a smithereens and we all just go offline? Dude? Oh, okay. Apparently they are. They're ready for this. They don't understand what's going on. I've put this broadcast out several times. This is earliest I put it out at 3:29 a.m. or p.m. actually, afternoon, and I'm not getting nothing. I'm getting a lot of people who are either at work, trying to do something, punching away to make their money, and I have nothing. So here we are. Yeah, I should just be a philosopher and try to make money off of that. Always living. I don't know. Taking the earphones out. I'm gonna go and use the restroom. Well, the restroom's the perfect place to go. And I hope to have 10 people in here when I get back. So, it's all there. Okay, I'm back. And nobody's here. Nothing. It really blows me away when I have nobody to talk to. It's like I should be talking to multiple people right now. Everyone should be talking to me. Why? Because I'm knowledgeable. I've studied over 32,000 books. Is that not enough? I mean, you just bring up a subject, I'm able to answer it and talk to you. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. And maybe everyone's stupid. I'm living in there's a movie that was put out not too long ago, maybe about 5 years ago, called Idiocracy. Am I living in idiocracy? Is that what I'm already living in? Am I living in something that's called idiocracy? Well, yeah, I feel like I'm living in idiocracy. I really do. I have no idea why people are stupid, except for mainstream media and others who tell them what to believe in, what to think, what to. And it makes me mad. I actually believe in this movie as not being what a something that's out there that tells you, you know, and entertain you. Idiocracy is really a real movie. I mean, it's real, and we're living it right now. It's stupid, but it's got all this, they kind of thrown in, different modes of Mel Gibson movies, and they threw it all in. But yet, are we not living in idiocracy? Really? I mean, the news media tells you what's real. They claim this is real. I mean, besides your traffic accidents and stupid stuff on the side, which we need to know. I mean, yeah, they've had highway accidents here and there, and but yet they come through with the mainstream media, the mainstream of it, talking about government involvement with Kosovo and Russia and Israel. And do you believe all that? I don't believe anything outside of the centralized, say, a traffic accident happened on 21st Street or something, and they had casualties. Now, I don't believe any of that. I don't know if you can believe any of that either. I really don't. But why do you believe anything that you're hearing on the mainstream media? There's nothing on there that is factual. I can go to RT. I can go to European, was it, I want to say Star. It's the British government and their networks. And I get a different story, opposite of whatever our stories are in the U.S. Is this something that they're just trying to push upon us and say, look, we need to go to war. We need to go and nuke Russia. We need to nuke Iran. We need to nuke all these places. And I sit back and go, really? You want to nuke them? Turn them into glass? You know they got missiles that can come back at us, right? Especially Russia. Especially Israel. Israel has over 400 nuclear missiles ready to launch at any time. Okay, which have a third world nuclear reaction. What's it going to be for you, your children, and the rest of us? We're all going to be dead. Don't you understand what's coming down the pipe? No, you don't understand. You're too busy punching and trying to make your life, but you're not paying attention to what these people are saying. They're saying, we need to have a nuclear war. Huh? Huh? You want that. You want the end of the earth as we know it. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's end it. Fuck it. Oh, we're going to go to heaven anyways, right? Well, if you're vaporized, I don't know if there's anything left to go to heaven. I mean, there's different frequencies. A nuclear bomb covers a lot of frequencies. And suddenly you don't exist anymore anywhere. And you don't go to heaven. Sorry about your luck. And, oh yeah, you got to think about this. We don't want this. What this does is destroy the spirit as well as the body, and everything goes away. You're in a nuclear blast where is absolute light, absolute energy. Your soul doesn't exist. You're dead. You're dead, and you don't know it. Well, you'll find that out. Nobody knows. And maybe you'll go away. You know, if you have a nuclear blast, it's the end of your soul and everything. I mean, it's atomized. It's turned into atomic particles. Your soul may not exist after an atomic blast. This is where I understand the aliens coming in and saying, you can't be playing with these firecrackers, the atomic blast, because, well, maybe you won't exist after the blast if you're within the area of the blast. So, I mean, my idea is get as far away from the atomic blast as possible, and maybe my spirit will still be alive. I mean, it's called atomizing. And when you atomize a person's spirit, it just turns into atomization of an energy. And you have to be afraid of that. That is what the Bible was talking about when it was talking about atomization. It was actually talking about that. When you don't have a soul, your soul is destroyed because it's atomized right there in the blast. They may not exist. This is true. I mean, you are doing something to your spirit, which is energy. I mean, I'm talking an energy release under an atomic weapon that just makes it fragmentize. It goes away, and you have no recollection of anything, not even yourself. It's gone. It's taken away. This is what fears me the most about atomic weapons, is that they fragment everything, and you're no more. No matter how you think of yourself, you're no more. You're just energy, which Einstein predicted that it would never go away. You'd still be there, but you'll be a blank slate. Maybe that's good. I don't know. Maybe that's good that you're a blank slate. And I don't know. I rarely think of myself as, I kind of remember myself in my past lives and kind of conjure them together and make it into something that I can go, wow, I did all this, but I wish to be better. Well, under atomic blast, you may not have that. You may not have that option. That option's gone. And that's the scary part of nuclear reaction, with nuclear bombs and everything. Because you may not even remember nothing. I had somebody came on here and they got scared because what I'm talking about is the most scariest thing that you can talk about. A nuclear blast. Are you back now? Can you come on? There's two people. Can you come on? Can you talk? Let's talk about a nuclear blast. just for S&Gs. It's basically S&Gs. Oh, two goes away. One's still here. One wants to come on. I don't know how you cannot find your way on here. If I see you on here, therefore, there must be a way to get on here. Really. It's a matter of going through your speaker. If you have Windows 7, there's a speaker down there by your clock. Right click it and go to broadcast. I guess it's broadcast. I'm not really sure. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here and try to lead you. Okay, right clicking didn't do it. I have earphones and stuff. Okay, it's playback. You're able to hear me. Now go to the other, which is sound. And you go to your web camera, if you have a web camera. If you have a microphone, that's another thing. You have to find the right microphone and turn it on. This is how simple it is to get on here. It's kind of crazy when I explain this, but it's not. You go to recording devices. That's when you right click the speaker on your Windows 7. Now, if you don't have Windows 7, there's another way of getting on here under the other, but I can't remember it offhand, but I know that you can do the same thing. Recording devices. Okay, right now, my microphone on my HD webcam 6515 is a default device, and that's what I'm using as my microphone. Now my earphones on playback is earphones. It's basically that. It's turned on. My speakers are turned off, and I don't get echo or anything like that. Now that's how that works. I don't know if you know how to use your system completely. A lot of people don't know how to use this system completely. They have this, I don't know. It's like, it's easy. All you do is go, if you have Windows 7, it's like a speaker next to your time and date, and you right click on it. And you right click on that, and you're able to bring in your voice under microphone and listening. And it's up to, it gives you open windows right there. And I don't understand how people can't find this. It really bugs my mind. Are you not that computer savvy that you can, bring this on? You should be able to bring me on the air with microphone, at least the microphone. That's record. You go to record. You turn on whatever you got. If you have a camera on, just turn that on. And I've always had these people have this problem. I have no idea why. It's like, it's simple. My God, I'm only dealing with 140 IQ people. Man, that's what I'm doing. And they're able to figure this out and just look at it and go, oh yeah, I can just turn this on. And there it is. You should be able to turn on your microphone right now under record on the speaker icon. If you have Windows 7, if you have the little arrow, this is another way to do it. You have the little up arrow, it looks like a triangle, and you should be able to turn that on, and that also in custom. It should be allowed, and you can play that way. That's harder. I have to admit, yes, it's harder. And and I always work with these people. I always wanted, come on the air. You can come on the air. There's no ifs, buts about it. Just come on the air and talk. And you should be able to do it without any problem. I got Windows 7, so it made it easier. And it was just, let's go on the microphone, the speaker, next to the time and the date, and right click, not left click, unless you got set up the other way, and then you have to do left click to get on, and you can do it that way. I always set it up with the right click. It's right click, and it gives me a window, which is kind of neat. I can go open volume mixer, playback devices, recording devices, that's where you talk, sounds, volume control options. Well, all you need is the recording devices. And you click on the recording devices, and what does it show? A microphone. Well, that microphone can be on your camera, and that's what I'm using. My camera's off right now. I got this picture on here off of mini cams where I can talk to you without seeing me, but you see the cat, and I don't worry about that. That's playback. Don't worry about playback unless you want to put something up there in playback. And well, it's amazing, and there's nothing keeping you from coming on here. They keep dropping out and stuff. I don't know what they're doing. They're playing games with it, and it's very simple. It's not like rocket science or anything. You just go down, and your bottom, if it's on the bottom, you may have yours on the top. Okay, I have to admit that I've had the top too, and you have your triangle going up. You have a flag. You have windows. Well, I'm upgrade to Windows 11. You have your power. You have your internet link, and right next to that, before the time, it says 3:54 p.m. 7/7/2015. Okay, now you right click on that speaker, and it will give you the option to come on here right now. I can't imagine anyone having any problems with this. It's very, I mean, maybe I'm more advanced than most of these people I'm trying to talk to. Maybe I am more advanced. I don't know. Huh. And I'm trying to talk to these people, try to get them on the air. They always want to get on the air. And they're always asking me, I can't get on the air. I don't know how to do it. It's simple. You can go other ways. There's no special way of getting on the air here. It's weird how they set this up, but you can get on the air. Go to my Spellbinder, 00, YouTube. Just go there. I have an opening right there that you can get on and just absolutely get on the air. I have no idea why these people have so much trouble. It's like, what the hell did they do to screw everything up? And apparently they screwed everything up. There was a lot of screw up. And I don't want them to be screwed up. I just want to talk to people. Anyone out there who wants to talk right now, turn it on. Turn it on right now. You should be able to. Oh, I can't believe they can't come on. It really blows me away. I can't believe you can't get on here. Anyone can get on here. I've had people who I invited, and I had no problem getting them on here. I'm really trying to figure out why are you getting on here. You should be on here already, just talking to me. And I don't understand why you can't get on here. I mean, I can, if I put the link in the chat, now you open up the chat up there at the top blue white lines, and you click on that, I can get you on here with that. And I can do that. There it is. Paste. Okay. There you are. You're on here. I mean, if you're able to get this far, you should be able to get on here right now and talk to me. Unless your microphone's not set up right, or your camera's not set up right, or something. I mean, you can actually talk to me even on group chat that you can't get on. I have no idea why you can't get on with group chat. Type something on group chat. Group chat's on the left side. It's blue with white lines, and you can come right on in and type something. Okay? I have no idea why you can't get on. I mean, I want somebody to explain how to, well, I can't get on. And it's like, well, why? I put this out on several sites, and you can't get on? Really? And there I am. Oh well, I don't get anyone. That's the weird thing. I can't get anyone on here because for some reason they're not able to just go on to Spellbinder 00, YouTube, Spellbinder 00, Google Plus, and you're not able to get on here. Really? I'm really well, I'm gonna look here. Give me a moment. I'm gonna look here. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say, oh no. Not playing that. Uh let's say hi. Right? Okay, I just said hi. I press space and they're going to paste my user line, and there it is on Google Plus. Google Plus. Now let me look in here. Okay, you shared it. Secular Revenge is on here. Okay, let me do the same thing again. Let me go hi, put a space, and paste. You should be able to get on here with no freaking problem. I'm like, really? You're having this trouble? And it started. It's running. Okay. Okay. Somebody's got to be able to get on here. I mean, you got to be kidding me. I mean, they didn't make this that difficult, did they? Okay. There you are. Go to the second one down the line. You can go to the first one if you got it. But yeah, you can be on here right now. Please. Don't let this Google do this to you. I put it on in both places. Okay, I'm going to go to YouTube. Right, I should be able to print this on here when I go to my channel. Spellbinder 00. Right. Okay. My subscriptions, my channel. There we go, my channel. Okay. You have I have nothing. I mean, what the hell? I really don't have nothing. Discussion. Okay, we can go to discussion. And some comments are hidden or probably is spam. Oh, I don't care. Share your thoughts. Okay, I'm going to bring this up. Oh no, not here. Hmm. Hmm. discussion. Let's do it again. Okay. Discussion. Okay. I'm not able to. I got all these people on here that I can invite in, but they're probably part of my. Okay. I'm looking for. Normally, discussions would do it. Share your thoughts. Okay, here I go. I'm going to share my thoughts. I'm going to say hi. I'm going to put a space, and then I'm going to paste. There it is. I now have it on YouTube. Now, this is under discussion. YouTube discussion. You can come right on in and talk to me. Let's don't play these games that we're playing. I don't know why they're playing these games. Okay, I'm putting out on my broadcast right now. Tonight's broadcast is offering to everyone. Everyone. It doesn't matter. Let's talk anything. What do you want to talk about? We want to talk about what? I am working on here. I have 0 observers. It's 4:47. Hell, I'm going to go to Mike Rivera here if we don't get nothing going on here in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to Mike Rivera. You people don't know who Mike Rivera is. Maybe not. I don't know. But I did put everything up here. And here we go, Mike Rivera. Mike Rivera is an awesome talk show host. I don't know if you know him or even care about him or anything. I may have to go. I've had problems with this. Plugin needed to display this content, and you click on it, and the plugin doesn't come. Okay. Going to the radio show. Here we go. The radio show. I don't know if you can hear this or not. It doesn't really matter. And he's been on here for 9 minutes. It's after the news. And you're not hearing it. Hmm. Okay. Okay. This is not Michael Vero.
To servitude. That's it. It's much easier to smash the competition than to go on out there and try and build a truly great nation. Whoops, my mistake. I left that little switch thing on. There we are. Now,
Okay.
over Desert Peace, Steve has put up an article, Gaza a year later, real story and the one from Reuters. And he's basically juxtaposing the reports from inside Gaza about the lingering destruction. They have not managed to rebuild a lot of Gaza because Israel is refusing to allow material support in there to rebuild their homes and schools and hospitals. And he juxtaposes it with the Reuters reporting about how optimistic for the future the people of Gaza are, and they're all just happy and cheerful and looking forward to a better, brighter future, which we know is not going to happen because Israel does these periodic smackdowns of Gaza. I think they've done 6 in the last 3 years. I'm sorry, that's 3 in the last 6 years. I had that backwards. The Western media is absolutely, totally under the control of Israel. It's politically correct. You can't say bad things about Israel. It's not politically correct. Politically correct is an attack on the First Amendment, just so that you understand where I'm coming from. Meanwhile, Turkey is moving artillery and missiles to their border with Syria, getting ready for conflict up there. Too many people think a war is going to solve all their problems, and it never really does. It just moves the money around, plunges everybody into debt to the private central bankers, and yes, occasionally they'll redraw the lines on a map in dried blood. Now, there's an interesting article that comes out of antiwar.com where Obama is being criticized because he's always talking about escalating and against ISIS, and we're going to move forward and we're going to achieve a victory. But administration officials are saying basically there is actually no change to the strategy regarding ISIS. Nothing is being done. And Obama's out there saying ISIS will eventually be destroyed. Now, eventually can be a very, very long time. Perpetual war. Remember, that was The goal of the Project of the New American Century is literally a century of unending war by the United States against the rest of the planet. For people of my age, that means we'll never live to see a time of peace ever again in our lifetimes. Now, given that ISIS has been proven to be a U.S. tool to justify invasions of nations which haven't actually done anything to us, it makes sense that the U.S. strategy toward ISIS is going to be lukewarm and limp-wristed. And as a matter of fact, over at Middle East Monitor, they're saying if the U.S. is really so serious about destroying ISIS, why is the policy toward them so completely misguided? ISIS works for the White House. We'll be right back.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and bad tweets can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? Reputation.com can protect your good name. Get a free consultation now at 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from Reputation.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771.
Healthy elimination is essential to high energy, a cheerful mood, and prevention of disease. Some of the founders of our modern holistic health thinking state that disease begins in a toxic colon. A toxic intestinal tract is the foundation for virtually all degenerative disease, and a clean and well-moving intestinal tract is the foundation of health.
I just want to say that you folks have an amazing product. I've taken whey protein products for years, and I've never noticed results I have with your product. I've suffered with thoughts and constipation most of my life. Within a few days of taking One World Whey, I noticed a dramatic change. Also, in the past few years, I've experienced symptoms associated with diabetes. I feel horrible when I've had too much sugar, and I've been getting the foot pain as well. But I've noticed the past week or so, I'm not feeling bad anymore, and the foot pain is gone. I'm just finishing up the 5 pound stuff I ordered and just got off the phone with ordering more. I love your product. Thank you.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldway.com. That's oneworld.com.
Honey, it's time for dinner. What are you doing over there on your computer?
I'm shopping for a new wallet. Mine is falling apart. Hey, did you know there's a company called ID Stronghold that makes shielded wallets to prevent electronic pickpocketing?
Oh, I didn't realize there was such a thing as electronic pickpocketing. What is that?
Well, apparently, many of the new credit and debit cards being issued have radio chips inside them called RFID to transmit our banking information to card readers when we pay. Unfortunately, a bad guy can also get one of these readers and go around the city scanning people, collecting their credit card numbers and personal information without us knowing it.
Wow, that sounds scary. Since you're getting a new wallet anyway, you should definitely get an ID Stronghold shielded wallet. Are they more expensive?
No. In fact, I can get a shielded leather wallet from IDStronghold.com for the same price or less than regular unshielded wallets from other stores.
Sounds great. My wallet isn't falling apart yet, but let me pick one out too. I want to be protected, and these wallets at IDStronghold.com look fantastic.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the 4th largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
I like you here.
The greatest exposure of our
I'm glad you showed up.
To step forward, claiming
You're gonna have to
expose themselves with the help of GCN. It's true, they're all guilty, every last one of them.
What's going on, man?
Oh, not a whole lot. I'm just sitting back here. Really put my earphones back on.
6 million downloads
And
website every
let
month.
me
Imagine the exposure
work
your
on this.
Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise at GCNlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
Well,
GCN.
let's go back and Okay, give me a moment. And okay, how you doing?
I'm all right. I've been working in the garden all day.
Yeah, I've been sitting around doing nothing. That's me.
Yeah, it seems like when I got a bunch of stuff to do, a bunch of stuff happens, and I can't be on the computer all day. I was out there pulling weeds, and I got to go get some marigolds because I've got aphids really bad in my zucchini.
Aphids. I thought they were the protectors of your crop. I thought aphids were. I mean, I don't know, exactly.
Well, this species I've got in mind, they're a little bit bigger, and they are just eating my leaves up.
Wow, they shouldn't be eating leaves. They're supposed to eat other insects. And wow, well, that's different. I mean,
Like
really,
they're like a grayish white, and they have black legs on them.
wow. I
Because
haven't seen
usually
those yet.
the good ones that I usually have are green.
Yeah, they're green. That's why. And when you said black with black legs and stuff, it kind of freaked me out. I'm like, really? There's aphids out there that are that color, and I'm like, I'm used to the green ones. They eat ants and everything else. I mean, whatever attacks your crops, they're out there eating them. But apparently,
See,
they're not carnivorous anymore.
and I don't use any kind of pesticide unless I absolutely have to. I get marigolds, and I haven't bought any yet because I haven't had to, but I'm going to have to buy some now.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to get something that's a natural cure to that problem. I didn't realize they adapt it. It's kind of like the ladybugs. You've seen the yellow ones out there, right? The yellow ladybugs. They're
Yeah,
actually they're actually if they land on you, they will chew on you. They will
yeah,
eat
those are
you.
like from Vietnam or something. There's some kind of
Yeah,
Asian lady.
Chinese. Yeah,
Yeah,
Chinese, and they'll actually eat on you. I mean, I had these things land on me, and I'm feeling this itch, and it's eating me. Is what it's doing. I'm like, this ladybug is eating on my arm. I mean,
I know
really?
they hurt too, boy. If one gets on me, I thump that little son bitch because that hurts. Like,
No, no. I don't want anything to do with carnivorous ladybugs.
Well, you know the little
I,
red ones don't do that, but boy, those yellow
no.
ones do.
Oh yeah, the yellow ones, the red ones, they only eat the aphids, the ant, you know, things that come up there and make nectar for the ants and stuff. And yeah, I understand that. But when I seen these yellow ones come out and land on me and start chewing on me, I'm like, well, wait a second, you're chewing on me. I mean, they're actually eating my flesh, and it's not right. I don't know where they got these from. They introduced them 10 years ago, and now they're a pest. I mean, really, and they became a pest. I mean, we have infestations in the house. They think that the wooden, if you have wooden shingles on your house or whatever on the walls of your house, they think that's a tree, and they come in there and they find a way in, and next thing you know is you have 2 or 3 dozen of these things crawling on your roof and stuff and flying around and everything, and you're like, this is not right. And they're breeding with the red ones and making them the same way. I mean, they're making them carnivorous, and I think it was a satanic infestation. I don't know. I don't know what to call them. They're this evil. I mean, they come in and they crawl around They fly around, they land on you, and they want to chew on you. You know, they're sitting there going, ah, what the hell? And you're pulling them off and stuff and crushing them, and they stink anyways. You know, ladybugs have a natural, they're like a stink bug. You know, they have that stink bug smell to them.
Well, when we're
And
importing so much freight over here from other countries, that just hitches a rod on the shipments, and that's where, well, that's how snakes were introduced to Hawaii. The Hawaiian Islands never had snakes on them until ships started delivering over there, and now they've got
that's
snakes.
true. That's true. Yeah, you're right. That's true. Snakes arrived right on that island, right when they you know, it was Captain Hook and the rest of them, and yeah, yeah, and they brought those snakes over, and wow, there's a lot of stuff over there now that wasn't on these islands before. It was just they were imported, rats and everything else. You know, rats. I mean, rats came over the ships naturally. I mean, they got on the ships and they were able to feed, and well, they were taken over. And when they docked at these islands, the rats made it over to them. And oh yeah, we have rats and everything else on islands that never had any of this. It was wow.
I forget how many species of birds we lose every year because of domestic cats, people letting their cats be outside, and they just, you know, they kill birds, and before you know it, everything's endangered. They just now, this year, took one of our falcons off the endangered species, off the endangered list, which is a good thing.
Huh, yeah, falcons are cool birds. I mean, you train them like they'll go out and find you food and stuff and bring it back, a rabbit or whatever, and they will actually bring it back. You share with them, and you know, yeah, they're familiars. I call them familiars because you have familiars. I mean, you can have a cat that's a familiar. You can have a bird that's a familiar. It's basically you make friends with it, and it will go out there and hunt for you and do all types of stuff. And in the ancient days, they called them familiars. I mean, really, I mean, it's nothing but a pet. I mean, in a way. I mean, I got my cat. My cat is so big now. I've been feeding her a different cat chow, and she's grown in size, and she loves me because she missed my dad. My dad died, and well, she came to me, and I'm now the familiar's choice. I mean, I can probably use her as such magically because, you know, magically you can have familiars, and well, yeah, familiars are nothing. They're just pets that love you as if you're part of their creed or whatever, and you know.
Does she get hairballs real bad?
Yeah, she does. I tried to change her food out from the hairboard food because she was even worse with that. And she's a long-haired cat. That is a problem.
Now, you
And
know, used to you could get this stuff that came in a tube and it was malt flavored, and you'd put it on your finger and they'd lick it off. But I can't find that stuff now, so I don't know what I'm going to do with him. He's got a hairball he can't cough up, and I guess I'm going to have to change his food, but I wish I could find that stuff because years ago when I had my other cat, I used to give her those and they got rid of the hairballs.
yeah, that's what this Purina Chow is supposed to do. It's supposed to get rid of hairballs, but she still pukes up the food with hair and stuff, and it's like, is that roux working? I mean, really?
Well,
I'm
he's on science diet too, and I thought that stuff was good, but it just doesn't agree with him.
hmm.
He's not doing real good on it. He's doing good on the Friskies, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to try something else because I don't like giving him that cheaper cat food because it's not good for him. It's got so much garbage in it.
Well, I give my cat is the one that's in the green package. It's called Natural. It's from Purina Cat Chow, and it's called Natural. She doesn't puke up as much as she did before with the one that said it would take care of hairballs. Well, apparently it was making her get rid of the hairballs, but it wasn't, I mean, it supposedly it was supposed to make her digest the hairballs and pass it and stuff, and that didn't work. So I got the stuff that Purina puts out, Cat Chow. It's in a green bag. It has like a natural woman, kind of looks like the one from was the coffee. Kind of looks like the one from the one that has this natural coffee and everything. I'm trying to think of it.
You're not talking about Starbucks, are you?
Starbucks, yeah, the Starbucks lady, and she's on the package, and she is less. I've actually started to feed her less. Now that became a factor in it too. Is I don't give her a bowl that lasts all day, all night long. I give her a little bit, and she's up there at the top of the stairs until I keep her in the basement because we have furniture and stuff you don't want to tear up or anything. She has claws, and she's at the top of the stairs when I come down, and she's rubbing against me and everything. And I finally get my shoes on because we had a little flooding problem down the basement. Now you get a little flooding, problem where it's squish squish when you're walking on the carpet. I mean, it's not like a foot of water or anything. It's like just carpet deep, and it's squish squish, and she stays out of that anyways. She'll lay up on top of couches and stuff and sleep up there. And I got her this stuff that she doesn't puke up as much if I don't give her as much. I mean, my dad used to give her a bowl 3 times a day, basically. And we wondered why she was puking it up. She's worse than a dog. I thought only dogs are the ones who eat themselves until they're sick and puke it up. No. The cats do the same thing if you give them enough food. So you give them maybe once a day a bowl of food, and she eats that up, and she doesn't throw up as much. I mean, it was like before she was throwing up all the time, and now it's like, well, maybe I'm feeding her too much. She's acting like a dog. I mean, I had dogs, and you know how dogs are. You give them too much food, they'll just throw it up after they eat themselves gourd. They gourd themselves, and they will throw up. And well, I start seeing this in this cat, and I'm like, really? You're gonna throw up if I give you enough? I mean, cats normally only eat what they want and don't throw up. Well, she was throwing up every time I give her a full bowl 2 times a day. I said, okay, I'm going to go down to 1 bowl a day. And she cut back. She didn't throw up as much. I mean,
Well,
she threw up.
their food is just as bad as ours is with having all the preservatives and a bunch of garbage in it. That's why I pay so much for, my animals' food because I'm not going to give them that crap. I'm just not. I mean, the only food that I feed him that's, I give him non-lives or briskies because he likes that, it comes in a little can, it's mushy. But his hard food. I pay more for it because my dog that we just lost, we started him out on that cheaper dog food, and that's part of the reason why he lost his eyesight. Because I guess we got a bad bag of dog food or something, and he was never the same after that. So, you know, I
Oh,
either
you know
feed
it.
I either feed my pets either now TSC's got a good brand. Their brand that they make specifically, it's hot, but it's good. It's good food.
Hmm.
But he's not doing real well on the science diet, so I'm gonna have to change it. I may go up to TSC and
Wow, Science Diet is where I brought my first cat up on. That was back in the 90s. And this cat became a bobcat. I mean, it got big. I mean, big. It could take on a coyote. I mean, I was out in the desert and stuff, and I took my cat out there, and this coyote came out there, and this coyote kind of looked at my cat and said, I don't want to mess with that," and ran off.
well, see, my kitty's a rescue kitty. I got him from the pound. He was one of 16 cats that this lady had hoarded. I mean, he was on the news and everything. She had 16 cats, and she was coming through the house once a week just throwing food in there. So he had been, I went to go get a cat, and we were looking around, and he was, of course, the oldest one. He's 10. So he was an older cat. And nobody wanted him. He had really bad allergies. He's the sweetest cat, but he had patches all over him where his hair had fallen out, and he had some kind of allergies. So we had him on testosterone for 2 weeks. I started giving him as much food as he wanted, just trying to fatten him up. I mean, he's the sweetest cat in the whole world. But now you wouldn't even know it's the same cat. He's big. He's sweet. He's a good. I mean, my husband doesn't like cats, but he loves this one. I mean, this one sleeps with him, and he said, you know, I'm not a cat person, but I love this one. You know, so it's like now
Yeah.
Jesse's his buddy, but you know, since I've got him fattened up and he's really pretty and shiny, and we got rid of those allergies. Now I've got to figure out what's wrong with his stomach because this cat food's he's not doing real well on it.
Yeah, you gotta stay out of some cat foods. I mean, I've heard about the Chinese cat foods that have that stuff in it, and there's a certain thing they're putting in there. It's kind of like a protein substitute, and it's not, and it kills dogs and kills cats. I mean, that came out. I've read the articles on it.
We call him our Illuminati cat because he has a computer chip in it. He's got an RFID tag in him because he was a rescue cat, and that's code enforcement does that now. You know, animal control does that. I mean, you adopt one of their pets, every one of them has one.
Wow.
So we call him our little Illuminati cat. That's funny.
Wow, Illuminati cat. The Illuminati cat. There you go.
Yeah, they're probably like surveilling us with our cat. The New World Order knows all about us because the cat, you know.
Yeah, only because the cat. Yeah,
Being
you're right.
surveyed not only through the cell phones, but the cat.
The cat, yeah, the cat is in there. It kind of reminds me of the Walt Disney movie about the cat. The cat ran around the neighborhood, had a diamond necklace around it, and it was interesting. That was cool.
Was that the Siamese cat or something that was in the Rescuers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I Siamese, if you please? I don't remember those cats.
There was one movie they did in Walt Disney where the cat had this collar, and he was able to talk to us in English because of the collar. The collar made him able to talk to us. It was an extraterrestrial cat, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." I always thought that was cool.
I had a friend that had an Egyptian hairless cat. That was the ugliest looking thing I've ever seen.
That is the ugliest. No doubt. That's the ugliest looking cat because it has no hair.
It looked like E.T., and then she would dress it up in baby clothes and push it in a carriage. Oh, it was like, you're on drugs, I swear. No way. There is no way. I was like, that is the ugliest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I
That
don't know.
is ugly. No,
There's
no.
something wrong. That's just wrong. There's something wrong with a cat with no hair.
With no hair at all, and it's settled around there. Oh yeah, I've seen these cats, and I'm like, I like Siamese, but I don't like hairless Siamese.
Siamese cats are crazy.
Oh, they're nuts, but they're like meow, meow,
And they're
meow.
mean. Everybody I've ever known that had a Siamese cat, damn thing was mean.
Do they really? They're supposedly guard cats to the royal tombs in China, and that's why they had them. And they had these cats that were just like, miniature lions, I guess. I don't know. They're miniature leopards or something, and they jump and do things to people. Oh yeah, I've known about these critters for a long time.
Well, and I felt I had to rescue him because, there's a stigma around here. There's a lot of backwards ass people in Tennessee that still have superstitions against black cats, and everybody down there at Animal Control told me that they have the hardest time placing black cats because they won't even adopt them out in September and October because, the whole, people wanting to get them and kill them and shit. It's stupid, I've
It's
got a,
stupid, yeah.
and like I told her, I said, I've got a black rabbit. Now, when a black rabbit jumps out in front of you, no one thinks, oh my God, that's the devil. It's just a color. It's just a cat. He's no different than any other cat.
Oh yeah.
People are fucking stupid. So I've made a point to adopt the little black one in there, and I'll probably go down there in another month or two, maybe get me another little black one.
Oh, black cats are cool. They're actually cool. They're good as familiars, as the witches call them. They're great. You don't sacrifice them. You keep them as familiars. They're smart. They'll come up to you. They'll talk to you. They'll actually go meow, 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 and meow, and you're sitting there going, I almost understand that.
Oh yeah, he talks. I just go with it. Kind of make him think, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Jesse, come here. Jesse, come here. Come here. Come here.
Come on, Jesse.
Come here, Jesse. Come here. You talking? Hi.
Oh, there you are. Meow, meow.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, shit, you're fighting with it.
Are you playing? Huh? Yeah. Okay.
Well, they don't like being picked up, do they?
No, and he's, usually I get him declawed, but hey, I think he's too old to get him declawed. He's been through enough, so, but I'm not used to having one of them claws. I have to kind of be careful with him. I mean, he's really good with them, though. He's not bad about wanting to scratch everything.
Oh, no. They love, oh, you wouldn't imagine this cat. That's why we keep it down in the basement. I have cardboard boxes. This cat will sharpen his claws on these boxes. She would do it on leather chairs, and I just let her do it. I mean, when she comes down here and starts clawing, I just look at her and go, well, that's what she wants to do. And we're going to get rid of these leather chairs eventually anyways, but she has torn up some chairs, I mean, in leather. Oh, she loves leather. Oh,
My rabbit does more damage to my house than my cat does. Now, this rabbit, I'll let her, now her and the cat play. They're real good together. But I have to watch her because she'll chew every cord in this house. She's torn up lamp cords. We've had to replace the cords on I don't know how many lamps. And I have to be careful because I put baby gates up in certain rooms because, oh, God, if she gets in there and messes with that 60-inch TV, my husband will come unglued.
oh crap.
She'll be dinner. If she ever chews that up, she will be dinner.
Oh, yeah, you have rabbit stew in no time. But
Yeah.
that's, I'm amazed she haven't got electrocuted, the rabbit, chewing in those cords and not get electrocuted. I mean,
See, that's what I worry about. I was lucky in the ones she chewed were ones that were turned off during the day, but if she had gotten, well, I've got everything's on a surge protector except certain little things like lamps and stuff. But I worried about that. I thought if she'd have gotten under my desk, I have to put barricades up. I put blankets on all the cords, and I put up barricades for the computer and baby gates. It's ridiculous. But if I don't, she chews them up, and I don't want her to get fried.
oh yeah, I end up like something out of what was it, the Christmas story with, where the cat,
National Lampoon's
where the
Christmas
cat-
Vacation, yep.
and got fried off of the cord, 120 volts. I mean, it doesn't let go. I mean, I'm an electrician, so I can tell you this. 120, you don't let go. That's why you gotta be really careful with 120 volts. Okay, 220, it can throw you away. It actually can. 220 will actually try to throw you away from it. And 277, which is the lighting in warehouses, will hang on to you just like 120. It will hang on to you, but it's 277, and you're like going, and then trying to get away from it. Okay, I have a friend who got touched by a what they call a hair. It's one of the stranded wires that came out from underneath the cap that they cap these things together with, their cap. He got hold of that, and he said he actually punched himself in the face. Pop! Oh, he punched himself in the face, getting away from that electricity because it was attaching him. 440 will throw you away. I mean, you just go with certain frequencies, and it will throw you away. 120 is the most dangerous, and 220 will basically throw you away. That's why they use that in Europe. If you get entangled in 220 voltage working on something, it will pop you away from it. It will go poof, and you'll jump away from it. But
Here's something scary I learned. When we first got our hot tub, we've got a 5-person hot tub. And the thermostat went out on it it was the second year we had it. So I called my spa guy to come over and replace the thermostat in it. Well, everything I've learned about hot tubs, we've learned with this one because I never had one before. So anyway, he got under there and he said, make sure that you drain this thing if you do any kind of work on it, because my husband put the breaker box in and everything. It's separate from the one in the house.
yeah.
And he said, come here, let me show you what I'm talking about. He said, there's the newer ones now come with a system on it to where you can, it's separate, something you can shut it off without having to drain it, because there's no safety feature on it. So if you're under there and it's got electricity and you get water on it, if you don't drain that tub, that thing will fry you. And I was like, oh, thanks for telling me. That's scary.
Well, yeah, it is. It's scary because electricity has frequencies, and that's the one I'm trying to say. 120 will hold you. 240 will throw you. 277 will hold you, and so on. I mean, you get to 480. Now, 480 will throw you also. When you get back up to 480 volts, and you're attached to it, it will throw you. It will actually poof, and you're shoot back as if you were hit by a fist. I mean, yeah.
Well, then the way I think, because I used to watch that show that used to come on, 1,000 Ways to Die. I've seen every one of those. And they had one on there one time where this couple, they had a hot tub and the thermostat went out on it, but instead of it shutting off the heat, it just kept getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. and they were all hopped up on painkillers and shit. Well, they passed out in the hot tub. They were drunk, and it cooked them. I mean, they found them like 2 days later. They were cooked in the hot tub, and I thought, I asked the pool guy, I said, now hold on a minute. Now, I'm not going to get in this thing, and if I slosh the water out of it, you know, they're going to find me 2 or 3 days from now, a crispy critter in it. You know, he said, no.
Oh yeah,
He said, you've
it's
been
like the
watching A
frog.
Thousand Ways to Die, haven't you? I said, oh, you watch it too, you know.
Yeah, they call it the frog theory. You pour thaw frog into the water and start heating it up slowly, and at a certain point, the frog will just stay in there until it's boiled. I mean, raw. And,
Well, I don't want to be boiled, and I don't want to be fried. Fuck that. I do not want to go that way. Thank you.
no doubt, no doubt. Yeah,
There was just the craziest shit on that show. I missed that show because there were so many ways that people got killed. It's like I never thought about that, but
I never thought about the lady that was getting acupuncture, and she was getting this acupuncture, and she didn't want to be around her phone, and the Japanese lady took her phone away and put it on the table, and she heard a phone call, went to get the phone, rolled off the table, punched all those acupuncture needles into her body, and killed her. I mean,
yeah, I remember that one. It's like, what the fuck? Really? Yeah, let's take that off the bucket list. Not doing acupuncture, you know.
not with a cell phone on the table.
No.
She went to answer the phone and fell off the table and punched her heart and everything with the needles that were near that area. And, that was the end of her.
And then you got the dumbass that was drunk, decided he's going to get drunk and operate heavy machinery. He had the steamroller, and it was on an incline, and he got off to take a piss, and it ran over him.
It ran over him. He was sitting out there taking a piss, and it ran over him. I went, really? Really? This happened? Really?
And it's not like the damn thing was going 60 miles an hour and run over you.
No, it's like 10 miles an hour. It was moving real slow, and he's sitting out there pissing, and this thing came over him and ran him over. Yeah, I saw that one. That was another one I saw. Yeah, I did see that one. It blew me away. I was like, really? Oh my God, you gotta be more careful. Really, you gotta pay attention to your surroundings. And that's the thing. These people don't pay attention to their surroundings. They're sitting out there going, well, it's life, and I'm living it, and read it. And next thing you know, they're ran over by a damn steamroller.
Well, it's just like truckers. You'll see dumbass truckers every once in a while when they go to back into a dock or just to back into anything, and they open the door and lean out while they're backing up. Now, if your dumbass falls out and runs over yourself, you get what you deserve. There ain't no way that I don't need to open my door and lean out to back up.
Oh no, you got rear view mirrors the size of whatever, almost. They're like 3 foot by 2 foot wide mirrors. I mean, really? You got to open up the door to look out and see where you're going?
No, they're just too damn lazy to set the brake and get their fat ass out and look back there. I don't care if I got to get out 15 times. I'm not leaning out because you know how many times I've seen dumbasses fall out of their truck.
Wow. It happens. I mean, it's really scary, isn't it? That these people are not paying attention. You have to pay attention. That's your job, to pay attention. That's it.
Well, a lot of people get killed just because they're stupid. You know, you fall out and you run over yourself. I'm not going to feel sorry for you, dumbass.
No, if you're not paying attention and you're seeing what's coming down the pipe, I mean, no.
Do you ever buy things and read the warning label on it, like the caution labels? Like,
Oh yeah.
do not use electricity. Like, if you buy a hair dryer and it's got the
And
picture of
go
a
in the shower.
bathtub, don't
Yeah.
get in the bathtub and dry your hair at the same time. Oh, I'm so glad you told me that. I would have never known that electricity and water don't mix.
Or they don't. You don't want to use a hair dryer in a bathtub or a shower or anything of that nature. If you're I mean, it actually has these warnings on there. That means somebody somewhere actually did that. And then I was like, really? They actually did that? Oh, they wouldn't have had that on the warning label because apparently somebody somewhere decided I can dry my hair in the shower while the shower's running or something, or water in the bottom or something. And
Well, if I'm cold, I could light my ass on fire and get warm real quick, but that's not a real smart thing to do.
true, true, exactly. That's the same type of craziness that's
Some
going on out there.
shortcuts are not a good idea, you know. Hey,
Oh
Polly.
no. Hi,
Good,
Polly.
good afternoon. Yeah.
We're talking about crazy stuff with hair showers and drying your hair in the shower and crazy stuff that happens out there, and that's where we're at. I don't know.
Maybe that's the conversation because I was just getting ready to go in the shower and shave my head.
With an electric razor plugged into the outlet.
No, no, no. I use a very sharp piece of 440 stainless steel myself.
Okay, there you go. You're smart. You're smart, not like the other people out there. They have warning labels on stuff, and we're talking about these warning labels saying, "Do not use this hair dryer while taking a shower."
Yeah, it's a great idea, right?
Yeah.
You know, the part that
Somebody
scares me,
did it. Yeah.
the part that scares me the most is some fucking idiot did, so they had to put a label on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. That's what I was talking about. Somebody had to do something stupid like that they had to put a dryer label on there saying, "Don't use this while showering." It's like, okay. I mean,
Man, I tell y'all, I've had the most fantastic week this week.
okay.
Kenny showed up here on Thursday afternoon, and he just left this morning. Been here since Thursday.
Awesome. I saw your pictures you posted and y'all on the boat. That was cool.
Oh, yeah, we had a fantastic weekend. We were out on the water from, well, Friday morning till Sunday.
Wow. So Kenny's not a bad person as everyone else, like Von
No,
Helton says.
Kenny's,
Von Helton's an idiot, I know.
Kenny's my best friend, bro, for real. Like, I mean, Kenny's my BFF.
Oh God. Of course, I always seen these people who call themselves, what Von calls them, and I always wondered if they really were. And I talked to them, and I find out they're just like you and me. They're just normal people. It's just Von's who's a crazy person out there. Von Helton.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, he's pretty fucking nuts, man.
Yeah. And I sit there with the gang that I used to hang out with. There was, the Crypt Keeper and the other ones. And I always wonder about the Crypt Keeper. I mean, is he really knowing what he's involved with? Did he ever get away from that, or is he still in it? As far as you know, the Crypt Keeper, the
No,
old guy.
well, of course not. Here's the skinny, man. You've heard this before. We all know the saying, birds of a feather flock together, right? And the reason that retards surround themselves with retards is because they're like-minded. They're like people. And I'm not trying to dig at anybody. I'm just saying that type of people will hang out with that type of people.
Yeah, I got away from it. You noticed that as quick as I could. Once I realized it, I started sitting here listening to Vaughn giving this information about astronomy and everything, and I know a lot about astronomy, and I started hearing that, and I said, "Are you sure you know what you're talking about?" And he got upset because I I challenged him on his whatever he believes in. And it was like, you know that the earth does revolve and it goes around the sun and it does certain things. And, you know, Saturn is a ring planet. And I don't know. It's trippy. It's trippy when I start seeing that. That's when I went towards you guys. I went towards you. I mean, you want to claim that you're whatever because some reason that makes more sense than what Vaughn was talking about, and that was the reason I separate from him. I went to you know suspicious observer and stuff. I mean, I'm friends with him. We're buds of specular, was it specular observer or
No, suspicious observers who you're talking, or are you talking about secular opinion?
a secular opinion? We're friends now. We're buds. I mean, we're definitely in there. And he was one of the biggest Vaughn, go after him and prove him wrong. And now I sit back and understand that now because I come across everything that he did, and yeah, and I'm with the Canadian. We're together. We're one. I know that you've been having a chat. I don't know if you've been having a chat with them, but they've been having the haters and naysayers and whatever. I never got in on that conversation yet.
Well,
So,
if you get the opportunity, Jason, just check it out. We've got a group on Google Plus. It's called the Trolls, Haters, and Naysayers Community. Just look for THN and just join the community. That's where all of us are.
oh, okay. I will. I will not make any more videos of my own because I don't get anyone anyways. I have a hard time getting a group together, like Nadia does. Nadia gets a group every time because, well, she speaks of her sexuality, and apparently all the Christians come there and stuff and want to convert her or something. I don't know what's really going on with that, but I'll try to get on there sometimes, and there's 10 people already on there, and I can't even get in and talk to Nadia. I have no idea what's going on there. I mean, it's outside now. And I used to be on there. I used to be able to get on with Nadia and talk to Nadia. We'll talk about Gnosticism and other religions. And suddenly it's just all Christians on there saying, you are bad because you are a transgender. Well, transgender doesn't mean anything to me. It's just like, yeah, maybe Mike Rivera's right. Maybe we're getting to that point in population over the internet, at least, that's saying that maybe we're becoming that way. I'm non-sexual in my own way. I have no sex. I have no girlfriends, no boyfriends, no nothing. I'm just neutral, and maybe he's right.
Well, I was in the other room when y'all started talking about Nadia. Does anybody know if she's okay?
I know she has diabetes or something of that nature. She has kidney problems, and she has to go through uh, the treatments. And The last I've seen her, she's back on the air again just today.
Oh,
But I
so
couldn't get on.
she's out of the hospital.
I don't know if she's out of the hospital or still in there. She uses the internet on a laptop to talk to everyone and talk about, non-Christianity and her thing. She has her thing. And I go along with her on that because, I'm almost secular myself, but yet I'm not secular. I'm more of Gnostic. And, well, there's the difference. And Gnosticism and secular are kind of similar to each other. And it has a relationship between understanding what one principle is to another. And I sit back and I sit back as neutral, actually. I'm almost neutral now. I'm in between. I'm sitting on the fence. I'm looking at both sides, seeing who puts the most out, but being Gnostic at the same time. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, okay, secular, Christian, Jerusalem, um, you know, Israeli, even, go through the sex, all of them, all these religions, they're out there.
Well, I'm just tired of the religious debate anyway. It's boring and it's played out, and I'm just tired of it. I could care less.
You deserve to be, and I deserve to be. You're right. We deserve to be just playing out on this. Because as a Gnostic, we believe that there's something beyond whatever was taught in all these scriptures that they have out there. And there's something out there even more. And that's why I'm Gnostic. I just go along with the Gnostics. Gnostics were the Dead Sea Scrolls. They were out there. They found them. They talk about the book of Thomas, the book of Judas, the book of Mary. Well, Mary was already out there, but that was, something else. They've come across reference to the book of Mary in the Gnostics or in the the books that they found in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Well, I
And
mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's, oh, yes, I absolutely believe it. I'm not going to say, oh, it's complete bullshit, because I don't know. I really do not know. Is there a God? I don't know. I haven't died yet. Don't know. It could be true. I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't directly affect me. But what bothers me is when it's used to oppress other people. That's when it bothers me. Believe what you want to believe, but don't use that as a way to just fuck with people constantly. Oh, you're less of a person because you're transgender. Oh, you're gay, so you're horrible. We're not going to go to your wedding because you're a sinner and you're going to hell. That's irritating. Believe what you want to believe and then get over it. I don't care. I don't care. If you want to go worship rocks, do it. Just shut up about it. But it ends up in every conversation, every fucking hangout, everything. You cannot get into a hangout without somebody bringing it up. And if you choose not to be a part of it, well, what's the matter with you? Well, there's nothing wrong with me other than I just don't care.
Exactly. I agree. I agree with you 100% on all that. It's just that, you kind of look at all of this. I mean, it seems to be the thing that's causing all the problems
Yeah, it is. And you know, and what bothers me too is when you have the opinion like me, I would believe it if this deity, whatever it is, existed and would just show itself to me. Then, you know, I'm the narcissist, I'm the asshole. How dare you expect that you are so special that this deity should ever prove anything to you? Well, yeah, if you expect me to worship you, I want to know if you exist or not. I'm not going to waste my time bowing to something that doesn't exist. I think that's a very, you know, that's not too much to ask. If you can walk on water, you can knock on the door. That's just my opinion.
Well, if you ever seen some of my earlier videos that I did on narcissism, it is comes to the point that actually God's in everything. He's in everything. You, me, the rocks, the earth, the universe. He's experiencing, and he's sitting back and experiencing it, and we're sitting back as some reason or another we've been given what to choose, to make a decision, to make whatever. We are here to do what we want to do, so he can have a better experience. Now look at God as a movie watcher. He's a director. He's a person who's producing a movie throughout the universe, and he's letting us do what we want to do, to look back upon it and go, look, they did this, they did that. That's interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind.
Let
And
me bring this up because this really bothered me last night. I mean, I see what you're saying, but that goes along with everything happens because it's God's will, and I have a problem with that. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you an example. When it's late at night and I'm not ready to go to bed, I'm guilty of going and just looking at researching different things. And last night I went off into an area that just really disturbed me. I was looking at medical anomalies, different diseases, things like that, and I come across this video, and it was like the 10 most horrible diseases on earth that you could possibly get.
I've seen that.
Oh my God, did you see the one? It's called, I think it was, what was it, norm or something? That's what they call it over in the third world countries. It is a form of gangrene that you get in your mouth.
Oh yeah.
And it totally, oh my God. They had the one picture that bothered me was this poor little baby, and this baby must have been around 2, and the whole side of its face was just a skull. It looked like one of those in medical school when you've got the oh shit, what do you call it? Not the skeleton hanging up, but the, you know, the reference models. Oh my God. And you know what? There is no way that there is a God that would let some poor child, if anything, suffer. And it's like an 80 to 90% mortality rate. I mean, your face is fucking gone, okay? Your skull's hanging out.
Oh yeah.
How anyone can justify that by, well, you know, it's God's will that this 2-year-old child's face is going to rot off until they die a horrible death because God willed it. No.
Oh yeah. You know how God is. Now, you look at the Old Testament, God was not a nice God in the Old Testament. Now, the new God is Jesus. But apparently, Jesus won't allow that to happen, the Son of God. And he won't allow God, the evil one, to do what he did. I mean, look at the Old Testament. What did the Old Testament God do? He told, what's his name, to kill his son, and he was going to kill his son with a dagger and put him out of his misery, and God stopped him. He had one point. He said, well, you were going to follow where I was going to do to him, and you stopped it because you were pure. And this is all part of Jacob. I think it's Jacob, or is it
Abraham.
If I,
Abraham?
if I
Abraham.
may for just a moment,
Yeah.
the Bible, in even its earliest text, is some 2,000 years old at best, right? 1,000 years. The only evidence we have that any of those things actually happened are a couple of stone landmarks that someone may have put together since then. We can't be for sure. I can tell you of another book that every bit of it is fiction, and there is a million times more tangible evidence that those characters in that fictional book lived. All you have to do is read Mark Twain's Huckleberry Finn, or Tom Sawyer, or Sketches. There is an entire city in Missouri called Hannibal, where there's the homes of the fictional characters that lived in those books. There's not enough evidence to substantiate the claim that the Bible is fact, any of it, but yet people still cling to it. I mean, the majority of the Bible and all of the different versions that have been written have been taken from different scripts and manuscripts from different periods of time, altered to fit the bill anyway. It isn't like it's the original text anymore, just as you were saying. There's I don't know, for me, it almost seems like a ludicrous argument for someone to try to defend that as being fact.
You know, I know of a group, there are Indians from America who wrote a album. It's called Reality is a State of Mind, or something of that nature. And they go through there and say the Bible is bullshit. The Gita is a lie. The Bhagavad Gita did not come from the sky, and they go through it. And you probably know this song by them, because they're an Indian group, American Indians, who came out and said that these people came to them.
Is it me that just got lost, or what?
Oh, I was trying to figure out what happened too. Man, we lost him, I guess. That was weird. Spellbinder, did you fall out? Where are you, man? Come back to us.
Yeah, apparently we lost him.
Yep. There he went.
I just want to let you know, Kenny had the intention of coming to see you, but I kept him here an extra day or two. He intended to be here, so that's not going to happen on the way down. He said he may do that on the way back up, though.
Okay. Just tell him, whenever. Just, let me know.
I just got cut off by bringing up the Indian group.
Isn't why you got cut off. It just happens. Come on, stop it.
I don't know. It's like, is it coincidence? I mean, really? It's a coincidence?
You see it as a coincidence is because you think it has to be a coincidence. I mean, I could say the same thing. Like right now, if I open my back door and a bird happened to fly in the window, I could say either there's a reason for it or it was a coincidence, or it just could have been something that happened and I associated a coincidence with it.
Well, it's weird. It's just, I'm just saying it's weird that suddenly I'm cut off, and I went into,
Bro, I get dropped off of a Google Plus fucking Hangout, I shouldn't speak then. Like every word I say gets cut off by the man if that's the case.
You get cut off all the time? You must be talking a lot of bad stuff against the New World Order. I mean,
I like to think. I like to think that it's the failure of our modern electronics, is what I think.
I can put it on here. I mean, there's no. Wow, I'm getting all types of weird stuff here. All of a sudden. Let me see. I just went to YouTube, and half the stuff is missing pictures. Right, they're starting to come on.
Well,
Taking a little bit of time.
I would highly recommend that you quit doing a bunch of stuff while you're on here, because Google services are buggy enough, and if you try to run 3 or 4 of them at the same time, it gets fucked up even more.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah, maybe I'm just being wrong on there.
Damn, brother, I don't need you to tell me. I know when I'm right.
You know too much. I would say. You're just know too much. That's what scares me about you. You know too much. You know more than I do. And I thought I knew everything. Oh well. Where we are.
Why does it scare you that I know so much? Why am I scary?
I don't know. Because you know too much into the New World Order. No. Wait, no, I'm not gonna go there.
Here's the deal, man. Don't get me wrong. I mean, look, we all came together on a quest. Me, Raven, Kenny, Sean, D, you. We all met in the same swimming pool. And the swimming pool is because we were all looking for answers. We were all asking the same types of questions. And here's where I have come. This is my best synopsis, if you will. These people that those of us that have or still do, such as yourself, credit them with having so much control and power over everything that happens. Think about who these assholes are. Think about how little work they actually get done in a day. I think to give them the kind of credit or merit that you do is not warranted. These people don't have the capacity to do the things that you think they do.
I don't know. It seems like it. They get on here and they're I don't know if I make them mad, suddenly I'm losing everything and I don't know.
Think about it like this, Spellbinder. Even if it were true that they could control everyone, they can only control you as much as you let them. The fear that you give them. You see what I'm saying? If you're not afraid of them and you just like put that on the back burner and live your life and do what you want to do, they don't have control over you. You see what I'm saying?
Think of it when you were turning into a young man, the day that you realized there was no boogeyman, he couldn't scare you anymore.
That's true. I mean, I have no idea. It's like I'm on a system where I'm talking to people. I have no really idea who I'm talking to. I never got to meet you. I never got to associate with you, and it's kind of scary, isn't it? When you don't have none of that. Okay, Paul, I see that.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see.
Now you know who you're talking to. Ta-da. That's fixed. Right? All better now? No reason to worry now.
I mean, you said you had KPZ out at your place, and you invited him out.
Yeah, Kenny's been here he left this morning at about 11 o'clock, and he's been here since Thursday afternoon at about 4.
Wow. I didn't know KPZ was that nice of a person. I mean, I've had conflicts with him.
Let me turn this camera around real quick. I want to show you the project I'm working on right now. We're at the top of my stairs. This is my existing bedroom. Don't pay any mind to the bed. We didn't make it this morning, but
No.
I ripped out a staircase and some closets, and I'm doing an expansion of my bedroom, and we're turning it into a master suite. So our bedroom will now be, this room from one side of the room to the other is 15 foot, and then the bedroom over that way is 16 by 16, and this room is 22 feet deep. So we're building a master suite out of these two rooms, and then where I took out this big wall and I put in this big header, I'm doing 12 foot of glass doors there between the two rooms, all those doors over there. And then this was the temporary guest room for Kenny this past week, but this is going to be Abby's craft room. This is where we're doing, like, you know, arts and crafts type room where a sewing machine and all that shit will be set up.
Wow.
Old monster house. So now you know where I'm at too.
Your ceilings are what, 16 feet?
The ones up here are 10 foot, and then down there they're 12 foot.
And I was going to be invited. And,
Square feet tall.
guess that's over.
I love those windows. Those are so cool.
Invited in again.
Yeah, they're almost on the floor. They're pretty big.
I wanted to be invited. I wanted to be there last month, but you know, now I'm limited on my financials. And,
Well, and I am too. I told you, man. As soon as I can make the dollar sign happen, I'll take care of getting in here. And it just has to be the right time for the dollar signs, you know.
well, see, what it is, I'm in between jobs. I'm like on vacation. I'm running out of money on my vacation. And I'm trying to get in with Mr. Electric, which is a company that does, you know, household electrical. Add outlets, add, you know, whatever, generators. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking and I apparently overlapped you. What did you say?
Sorry, she's doing dishes and shit too. I said you need to get that damn resume done.
Well, I've handed in my resume. I filled out all the paperwork. This is all in Central Ohio. And what I do is I go in and upgrade. People want an outlet added, ceiling fans added, whatever they need, I can do it. And it's not much, but it's $19 an hour. I'm telling you, I can't believe you're working for what you're working for unless your wife is working for the same amount and you're making something.
You're one person. Do the math on this. One person requires X amount of dollars. Two people require X amount of dollars times two. Three people require X amount of dollars times three. So there's no reason why, if we had 5 people in my house and all 5 people made $12 an hour, everybody would still have the same shit. It doesn't matter if it's 1 or 2 people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that, but it's hard to me to comprehend that you're not trying to fulfill yourself more and get up to a higher percentage, like $18 or something.
More money, more problems, homie.
More money, more problems.
That's it. That's true. There's a lot of truth to that. Yep, because the more you make, the more you spend.
I mean, there was a time not so long ago where I was going through about $20,000 a week, and I was moving more cocaine than you could begin to imagine. And I don't have shit to show for it. Because if money comes easy, you blow it easy. If you have to work for your money and you have to appreciate what you have, and when you have it, you're very careful about where you spend it.
Well, see, that's where I had this, you know, when we had the argument before, I actually save money. And when I don't have work, I have 30, or at least $3,000, $4,000, and I'm able to sit back and bleed that off slowly. And that's the difference I'm having with you at 12.30 and me making $19 and able to sit back several $1,000s every week
as well. Like
you know.
I contribute half of the money I make to my 401k, half my check. Half of what is left, the other half, I pay for all of our insurance, all of that shit. So I don't get a check when we're done. Quarter of it goes to taxes, quarter of it goes to insurance, half of it goes to 401k. Abby's check, we pay the house payment, which is a whopping $400 a month, and car insurance and shit. I mean, like, and we're still able to save. Like, we just bought a truck, we just bought another boat, we just bought registration for all of that shit. I mean, just to get the truck registered is $450 a fucking year. It's. I mean, you just have to be wise about how you spend. And that's the problem. Most people just live outside of their means. You know, that we got this piece of mail today, and it was this whole, you've been pre-approved for a debt consolidation loan of up to $417,000. And I look at her, she looked at me, and I said, what kind of moron is $420,000 in deep and then needs to do a debt consolidation? You know, how
I understand.
Be before.
I know, it's like we're insurance poor. We've got 2 ATVs, a boat, a motorcycle, 4 cars, and then we've got the homeowner's insurance on the house. I mean, it's like every time we buy something, there you got more insurance because you got to cover it, because the minute you don't, something will happen. But Spellminder, look at it like this. I just got offered a job the other day from a friend of mine. She's working down here in a factory. She started out at $12 an hour. She doesn't do shit but screw parts together all day long. They make air conditioning units. You screw parts together on an assembly line. That's all you do. After 4 months, she's already up to $16,000. I mean, she's already up to $16 an hour. She said the insurance is awesome. The benefits are great. She said if you can handle the heat in there, because there's no air conditioning, it's a factory, it's a warehouse. But she said, girl, she said, I love it. That's all I do is screw parts together all day long. You know what? My happy ass is fixing to go down there next week after I get my system cleaned out, because I'll be honest with you, I've been popping Percocets and smoking weed for the past 4 months since my accident, but since all that's over with, I'm cleaning my system out right now. I'm going to go right down there and I'm going to get me that job doing that, because you know what? That's easy. That's an easy job. $16 an hour? Hell yeah, I screw parts together all day. That's easy.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, really, I do. I worked at Bowen, and it was a welfare job. It was basically welfare, but I wanted to make it more efficient. That's my problem, I guess. I wanted to make it more efficient, but they wanted to spend $48 million and not have anything left at the end of the year. I couldn't understand that as an electrician. We're out there making stuff happen. And that's why they laid me off. Basically, they sent me to the door and said, "There you go," and made up some excuses that I wasn't doing my job right and stuff, and it was stupid.
Doesn't matter. It's in the past.
That's right. And you know what? And the best part about this job is, I don't care if it's a solid sheet of ice. I can almost see the factory from my house. I can stand in my backyard and I know exactly where it's at. I don't have a big commute. I can walk to work if I want to.
I know. I had the same thing when I worked with Bowen. It was 4 miles as a crow the crow flies to the factory, and I could have kept that, but I just had to slow down and not do as fast as I was doing it. I'm an electrician. Now, you understand what an electrician does. They're there to get the job done as quickly as possible to make the profit for the company.
You got somebody in your room you need to get out because they're putting pics up.
I have, what?
Are they any good pictures?
Well, it doesn't bother me, but it's enough to get you flagged, dude.
Oh, well, it's a terrorist. Look at the name.
Yep. You got a terrorist in the room, dude. Get rid of him.
Who's that? This guy has no microphone? Oh, okay. I can do that.
A terrorist. He has a squiggly name.
See, showing little Muhammad.
I eject him. Eject. Goodbye. Well, you're supposed to go. This must be Google. I can't. There he goes. Okay, he's gone. He's gone. And yes, I can get rid of these people.
All of these younger trolls, man. In fact, a few weeks ago, I don't know if you were here, Raven. I think it was just me and Jason, and there was like 4 or 5 guys that came in, and you could tell they were all the younger kids, trying to get their little thing going on, and one of them was doing nothing but just throwing up pictures of fucking stupid shit like that. And I kind of
they're showing.
Kids hopped on the bandwagon and were like, yeah, dude. I mean, if you're gonna come in and have a shtick, at least play the part. But it's a pussy way out.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, they put this. I have no idea what that was. I had to actually get rid of that video when it went on YouTube, and I mean, it showed somebody pooping in front of their icon, and it was like, really, you're going to do that?
Yeah, I remember that because it was me and you and Ann Dingle. I remember that.
Yeah. And they were just pooping. I mean, it had some, I don't know, female or something pooping, just pooping out everything. And it was like, oh, really? I ended up having to cancel that one and getting rid of it. It was something. I was offended by that, but that's just me. It was just me being offended by weird stuff going on, and they thought they'd get away with it, and no.
On the job issue thing, though, here I'm gonna tell you like this: $12 in the hand is worth $25 in the past. Just think of it that way.
Yeah, but I've been offered $19 twice, and another one I'm getting ready to get back with is Tech, and they're going to give me $19 an hour to be a person who puts security in a building. In other words, Cat 5 and whatever, and buildings. I asked them, this is not home, is it? No. Okay, because home is really hard if you do residential, and you have to crawl through crawl spaces and stuff and drill holes and make the wire go up there, and they said, no, this is factory. I'm ready to call them back right now and say, okay, I want to work for that. I want to run Cat 5 through drop ceilings. You know what drop ceilings are? It's where you have the ceilings above an office that's, 4 by 2 feet, and you open them up and you run your wire and go to places. $19 an hour starting pay.
Okay, let me give you something else to think about then. Just like with this factory job I'm fixing to take. Think about it like this. After about a month of you crawling in crawl spaces and getting used to being in the heat and getting used to all that exercise and not sitting on your ass in front of a computer, just think about if everything that you're afraid of, New World Order, financial collapse, just think how physically fit you're going to be, man.
Oh yeah.
See what I'm saying?
No
Think of it that way.
doubt about it. No, you're right. You're right. No doubt about it. I will be back in my physical shape that I should have been in for years, and I've been sitting back here waiting for something like that to get back in that shape and be back in that.
Okay,
You
well
know.
you better get in it now because like I say, the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be before you get back into it, and you're not going if it happened right now, you're not physically fit. You're not. I'm not. I know I'm not.
I got barely, I gotta get this barely off of me. And the only way to do it is get back into it. I mean, I wanted to get back into just doing commercial install, building new, buildings and stuff like that. And you have to climb up in the rafters and stuff and pull wire and everything.
But sitting at this computer all day long, sitting on your ass, that is a sedentary lifestyle, and that is not good for you. That will kill you quicker than anything. That'll kill you as fast as smoking or not eating right. It's not good for you. You're not meant to do that. I mean, if anything, just do it part-time.
Well, I'm trying to do that, but I mean, I even thought about Uber. Now you heard about Uber, have you?
May I interrupt?
Uber, being a taxi driver, making $17 an hour, just driving people around.
There is
Taking them
more to
to,
it. You do not want to do that. You do
Let me,
not want to have to wait on people.
let me real quick just say this, if I may. Jason, what bills do you have? Like actual bills that come to you every month?
right now, I have nothing. But
Okay, all right, now think about this. Let's just say hypothetically you got a job that was $12 an hour at 40 hours a week. Okay? Hypothetically, $12 an hour, 40 hours a week, $480 a week, or $2,000 a month, or $24,000 a year more than what you have right now. You are in such a unique position where every dollar you make, you can hold on to, man. You can travel. You can do the things that you want to do before you run out of time to do them. And you have a $24,000 a year budget to spend on enjoying your life. And that's only at $12 an hour. Let's just say hypothetically you went up to $15 an hour, only $15 an hour. That extra $15, that extra $3, if you will, equates to an additional $500 a month, or do the math on that again, another $6,000 a year. At $15 an hour, you have the ability to spend 30 fucking grand a year. And that's the lifestyle I have. Our house is paid off next December. Like, the only real bill we have is paying for this fucking house. And it's gone next year. You see what I'm saying? That's why $12 an hour is just fine with me. I mean, to be real about it, at $12 an hour, if I only worked 25 and a half hours a week, we could pay our bills.
Okay.
There
Now,
you
go. Now you're talking, if I had something individual. Here I am, I'm living in my mom's house after my dad died. I'm here to take care of my mom. Okay, I have to make at least $19 an hour to pay off everything and keep her from spending everything she has. Okay, we're looking at another reality here.
Well, no, because right now you're making nothing to add to her. $12 an hour would be $12 an hour more.
Okay, let me give you something else to think about, Spellbinder. Every time you cam up, I'm like doing. You remember how what was it? Wasn't The Price is Right? Was it Wheel of Fortune when they used to go through? You know, they had the little scenery and it had all the things that you could bid on. I want that for 300. I want that for 200. Every time you came up, I'm looking around in that room thinking, you know, you could make some money on eBay with all that shit you got piled up back there in the background. I like those. We were talking about those wicker things hanging up behind you with the palm trees. Dude, those are.
I'd pay $100 for those curtains right now.
Hell yeah, man, those are awesome.
You guys are on my track. I'm already speaking about this. I went to there was a guy on YouTube who talks about selling everything on eBay. I have a bunch of mugs. There's 6 of them. That's a set.
Dude, I'll give you
$120.
I'll give you $30 right now for that poster of Clark Gable back there. I like me some Clark Gable. I like that poster back there. I'll give you $30 cash money. Yeah, I would too. It's cool. What's wrong with it?
Nothing. I mean, I can show you that.
Okay, now see, look, listen to me. Right now, in less than 5 minutes, you just made $130 if you sold that shit. You just sold 2 items for $130 if you sold the blinds to Polly and I want the Clark Gable poster. That's $130 in less than 5 minutes. You see how that works?
I'm going to turn this on.
We're gonna play Wheel of Fortune now.
All right, I'm on the air. Here we go.
We're going shopping. Yeah, cam up. See what else you got in there.
Oh, you wouldn't imagine. I have mugs. Now these mugs are beer mugs with the pewter caps on them, and you fill them full of beer or whatever. I have probably $3,000 worth of mugs sitting right behind me, and you just don't see them.
But you see what I'm saying? You would have just sold 2 items for $130. You didn't do shit but sit there. See how that works?
Exactly. Let me show you something here. Maybe that's something that needs to be shown. All right. I'm not able to get the jugs to come up. I have no idea why I can't get the jugs to come up. Cameras. Okay. Over here. You see those mugs? The face guy and everything? That is $130 by itself. Okay. And I can there's my hat for when I was in the Air Force. And that's not under sale, but see all those mugs. Now let me pull out these mugs. Okay. I'm pulling out a mug right here. It's got the it opens up, it closes, and it's a mug right there. It says Rush Real, and it's well. These are mugs I got. They're pewter top, everything. They got I mean, you got the guy drinking out of the mug right there. And
to be honest with you, let me tell you something, because I sell stuff like that, and what you've got to factor in is the bottom has dropped out of the antique market. So I would set that mug right there at about $25 on auction and let it go from there. Because even though 10 years ago people were selling those for upwards of $200 to $300, they're not worth that right now. The economy's too bad. What I'm looking at is that shelf back there. Is that wrought iron on the sides?
You see a chime on the bottom of this. I wind this up, it plays music.
But think about it this way, though.
And,
If you got $25 a piece for every one of those mugs, you still made money because they've been sitting there for how long? Not doing anything?
It could be tasty. I could put beer in them. I mean, I could put beer in them. And there you go. And this has a wind up on the bottom, and I can well,
Hey, Jay, do me a favor. Make sure those bamboo curtains are down there in the doorway, and turn that camera around. Let Abby get a good look.
Yeah, those are cool.
the camera of
The bamboo curtains hanging in the doorway.
With the palm trees.
They're made out of bamboo.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. Show the curtains. Abby wants to see them.
Okay. Give me a chance to get them. There they are. There it is. You're getting some part of them.
Yeah, look at the size of that doorway. Yeah, but they're hanging. They're like curtains. Yeah. Yep.
Those are very cool. Very collectible.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're very collectible. You mean those curtains are very connect?
Yes. Yep.
There it is.
And I'm trying to see what else you got in that pile.
Right out.
Trying to see in the closet.
I got videos too. How many videos do you want to buy? I have
nobody wants videos. They don't sell.
They don't sell. Okay.
The shelves that your mugs that the mugs are sitting on, is that wrought iron on the sides?
Yes.
Oh, I would buy that. Hell yeah, those sell. Those shelves are very cool. I love wrought iron. I have this wrought iron fetish. That shelf is cool.
About as close as I can get it to being here.
Well, I told my mom of this. That we have a lot of money just sitting around here, and nobody is. Okay.
Dude, if you took half that room you're sitting in right now and got you a booth at the flea market, you'd make a killing. You've got some cool shit in that room.
Oh, I got all types of stuff. I got mugs on the shelf. Let me see if you see these mugs on the shelf. Okay, I'm going to and I got all those mugs on the shelf. I got red cap.
I want the cold beer sign. The cold beer sign, the slit sign up there. That's cool.
That sign is cool.
What is the other one? Front line. What does that say?
Falstaff.
Falstaff. Okay, there's one on the other side I was looking at. Go to the left. Well, your left. Okay, what is that sign up there next to the cold beer?
Red cap.
Red cap.
That's
the one up top.
Yeah.
Is that a Valvoline sign? What is that up in the top?
It looks like it.
To the right up there at the top, above the Dos Equis, all the way up by the ceiling.
Oh, you got a gun sign up there too, dude. See, that's what I'm talking about. Those signs are awesome, dude.
And I can make buku money off of this. I know. I'm
this your in the basement there? Is that what this was?
Yeah, this is down at bar. This is the bar system where I got my computer and everything. It's my office.
Is this stuff that your dad collected over the years then that you've inherited?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Good stuff. That's
Valvoline. Is that a Valvoline sign?
like Valvoline to me. What is that? Jason, what? It's a round sign. You see where the Dos Equis cap is down low? Go straight up to the ceiling. What does that round sign up there say on it? Right there.
Right there.
To our left. Nope, the other left. Whoa, stop. That round sign just to the side of the glass rack.
It says red cap. It says red cap.
Up higher, closer to the ceiling.
I got wine glasses and everything.
No. To the side of the wine glasses, what does that round sign say? All the way up by the sea. It's in between the glasses and the cold beer.
Right there. By cold beer.
Yes, right by the sea in cold beer.
It says Valentine.
Valentine. Thank you.
And that's what you're looking at. This is all up for sale if you want to make a bid on it. Everything's up for sale. I mean, I got, see the picture down there? You know who that is?
Yeah, it's Clark. And then it looks like Elvis down low.
Yes, it is. Elvis Presley. A signed autograph of Elvis Presley.
Is the Clark Gable picture, is it signed?
Not, unfortunately not.
Oh, I don't care. I like
poster.
it. I like that poster.
And you can see, what's her name, Tanya, who played the Queen of the Jungle, whatever her name was.
How old are you now? You're 64, is that right?
Huh?
How old are you?
I can't get any closer to it, but I can bring it to you.
Hear me?
Let me bring it to you. I'm going to bring this picture to you.
Are you 50? Are you 54 or 55, Spellminder?
55.
Okay.
Oh, you said.
Oh, I meant to say 54. I'm sorry. I said 64. I'm such a god. I didn't mean to do that.
I'm going to bring this off of here. I did this before and showed this picture off. It's Tanya. Well, Tanya is.
That's Tanya Roberts. That's Tanya Roberts.
Yeah, Tanya is her name. That's right.
She was a Bond girl.
Yep.
And she played a Tarzan girl.
She was Sheena.
Sheena.
Yep.
Yeah. I have this picture that's written to my dad and says, "Much love, Tanya." And she gave a picture to Floyd, my dad. And my brother was able to meet her on the train when she was on Amtrak and sent this picture. And there she is.
Okay, which Bond movie was she in? Was it For Your Eyes Only or?
No, she was in her own series.
View to a Kill?
She was Tarzan woman.
Well, her show was called Sheena, and she was also in a James Bond movie, and I believe it was A View to a Kill.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out, which one she was in. I think it was View to a Kill. That's the one with Christopher Walken in it too, right?
Yeah, and Duran Duran did the soundtrack.
Yep.
Okay, there she is on this picture. Now that's the picture of her. Hang on a moment, and I'm going to have to take the earphones out because I've got enough link to get back over here and hang her back up. I can, oh my God, they glued it to the wall. Well, I got Elvis Presley, who was one of the pictures that was, my cousin, and well, it's a that's another. I can't get closer to Elvis Presley.
Oh, that's okay. We can see that it's Elvis. He's a fucking king, man.
Yeah, and he signed that picture too. That was a signed picture. My cousin had a signed dollar bill by him, and somebody robbed the place where you store stuff, and well, it's out there somewhere, but didn't get it quite. I mean, I have all types of stuff, and oh yeah, I can go on. I mean, all these different sites and press this stuff, but it's it's just that. Well, right now, I don't have any way to promote it. Maybe you have a way of promoting it and make it more.
Do you make small little videos? For instance, I'll give you a rundown real quick.
Okay.
If I were doing a video, see if I can see me, I would turn the camera around first of all, and let's just say hypothetically that the item that I was wanting to sell, I would make sure I had a good clean image of it. Obviously the lighting is terrible here, but just a small little video explaining what it is. It's a hand-carved fucking warrior mask.
Yeah.
I would say what dimensions it are, how big it is, put something in it so the frame of reference people could see it. I would say starting bid is $35, and that's it. And then just throw it on eBay. And put the video there as the file attachment that they can look at the video when they're bidding on it.
That's interesting. I mean, I you wouldn't imagine what we have in a collection here.
See that?
Wow.
And then this is my bar area. And I have some cool stuff like that too, like autographs. Yeah, that was the last Formula One race that was ran here in the States in Indianapolis. That was the last one. I had to go to the. Well, we didn't know it was going to be the last one until afterward.
Wow. What I've understood from my mugs, that I have mugs, beer mugs, German beer mugs with the pewter tops.
Those are called steins. It's not a mug, it's a stein.
A stein, and I could actually, the age of these things are over 20 years old. So they're antiques, over 20 years. Okay. I could get a lot more than my mom was telling me that my dad paid for them. He said he paid $20 for them back in the day and whatever.
Yeah, but you got to think, hold on now, in all fairness, if your dad bought something for $20 40 years ago, it's worth $200 now. You know what I mean? That's how much the dollar sign has changed in 40 years.
But here's what you got to think about, though. Number one, the antiques market for glassware is down 60% right now because of the economy. Stuff like that is not selling at all. For specialty items like that, you have to find a collector. If you don't find somebody who actually is interested and collects specifically beer steins, you'll sit on them for a year.
I mean, I'm looking at hedge size pewter, and these things are just awesome. I mean, it looks like a guy's face and everything. It has a lid on the top, it holds maybe 32 ounces or something, and they're realistic looking, and a lot of that is going big time for a price, and it's just that their faces and their I understand how this is happening right now. I mean, you got like a guy with a patch over his left eye, and he looked like a pirate, and it has a beard and everything, and it's wow. I'm thinking $300-400 per piece.
I promise you, you will not get that for them. I promise you, you won't. I hate to tell you that, but you're not going to get $400 a piece for those.
So realistic.
Well, here's the problem with that particular market. It's the fact that the internet has allowed us to saturate that market. It used to be the only way you could find things like that is to go to some fucking hole in the wall antique pawn shop that's been there for 70 years, you know, a five and dime type shop. And now the internet has saturated the market. Like items that 10 years ago were very, very rare and difficult to get a hold of, you can find 100 of them now online for sale. And that's so that the supply has way overridden the demand, and it's forced the prices down on everything.
Another thing that's hurt at the antique business is American Pickers, all these reality shows, because now people know what they have in their barn and they're not selling it cheap. So to be able to sell it for a profit, you got to get it cheap. And if you can't get it cheap, you're not going to make any money.
These things are one of a kind. I mean, they only made maybe 1,000 of each of them.
Equate to valuable. I mean, I have so many things that are one of a kind as well, bro. I mean, I've been hoarding shit for years, and it doesn't, just because there's one of them, it might only mean that you're the only one that wants it. You see what I'm saying? There's such a finite market for people that want that, just that because of one thing.
Yep.
It's interesting. Here's how I feel about things and possessions. The older I get, the less they mean to me. They're just things.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, these things, I look at them as collector items. I mean, they're steels. They're made out of porcelain, and they have the top made out of metal, and they close back up and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Another thing now that sells really well is antique furniture, because people are tired of buying IKEA shit and it falls apart in a year. They're tired of particle board. They like good old-fashioned sturdy oak, wrought iron, things like that.
Got some of that too. You want some of that? I mean, like, I'm in the business right now of starting up. You know, I start looking at this guy who's on YouTube, who actually does dealership and this stuff, and he actually says, well, you got something that somebody wants to pay you top dollar for. What about an old Coca-Cola bottle that's 12 ounce?
No, Coca-Cola bottles are not selling right now.
Well, what about some of these other bottles that I got that they don't make anymore?
No, get out of glassware. You need to get away from glassware. Crap like that's not selling right now. Now I'll tell you this: if you have a beer stein that came from Germany that's actually signed and has somebody famous's name, like Nazi memorabilia, shit like that, like if you can pin it to an actual SS officer or something, then you'll get big money for that. But just a regular beer stein, people are not buying glassware right now. They're not buying that stuff. If it's not...
I'll try to share this with you. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Can you read what it says there? Original Budweiser.
Yeah.
C. Conrad and Company. Original Budweiser, and the patent number on the bottle.
Wow.
This was the first Budweiser. They quit making this particular bottle in 1860. And there's the CCC logo on it.
You found something that's vital. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And it's interesting. Like, I've done so much research to know that there were a total of 13 different bottles cast by bottle casters, different guys that they hired to do it, and which one of them made which maker's mark. So you can look at the bottom, and if you look real close, you'll be able to tell by where the dimples are in the casting as to who did it and what years and what period they did it. But again, even something like this that's so rare, you cannot find another one of this. Of the 13 casters, it appears as though this is the last bottle remaining from this one particular fellow that made them. And this was before there was a Budweiser A. That was Budweiser B, the original, being shipped in from Bodver, Germany, and they would bottle it from casks here in the States. And this fellow by the name of C. Conrad is the guy they hired to do the bottling. So he had his name on the beer, Original Budweiser. And even that's not worth anything to anybody, because who wants it other than a guy like me?
I've got a bottle that I dug up. It's called Graf Zeppelin. Graf Zeppelin. And it's got a Zeppelin on it. And I can't find shit about it. I don't know who made it. Have you ever heard of that?
The name sounds familiar. Graf.
Yes.
Let me do some work. I'll see if I can come up with something for you. I've kind of friended a bunch of guys that do old school bulletin board type posts just in text talking about bottles and the rarity, and these guys they work at universities and shit, and they just study glass for fun.
Because I can't find anything about it, and it's a really cool bottle, and it's old, but I can't find the company. I can't find anything on it.
God, I can't pick this up. It's so big.
All right, well, it's been fun. Oh, by the way, update. This will be the only update because the rest of it's all top secret, of course. But Kenny is camped out in Paducah for the night, and travel is done for the day.
Woohoo! Cool.
He just sent a text message a while ago. I'm going to get the hell out of here. It's time to do something. Oh, one final story before I leave, just to make you feel better about being an old hag. That was a dig at you, Raven. Yesterday morning? Yeah, my butt. That was yesterday morning. Yesterday morning I got up to go pee, and I stood up from bed and had this pain shoot out of my ass over across my back and down my leg. It was so intense that it put me back down. Like, you're going back down. And
how was that?
it continued to get more throughout the morning. It finally, about 9:30 in the morning, I just called in and I told work, I'm not coming in today. There's something fucking wrong with me, and I got to figure it out. And I tried to soak in the hot bathtub and all that shit, and that felt great the time I was in there. But the minute I stood up, man, it's just like right fucking back. And I went to the doctor because it hurt that bad, and it's sciatic nerve apparently. So I have a case of sciatica.
Oh, that sucks.
Sciatica nerve. I never heard of that. I never had that.
Your sciatic nerve too, and they split right off of your spine. That's like if your spine were to keep going and be continuous like a fish, it would be your sciatic nerve. But ours, as opposed to a fish, splits in half of your pelvis, and each side cuts down each leg. And somehow I have pinched, bruised, or stressed that nerve to the point that it's inflamed, and it feels like something is stabbing you in that nerve. It's crazy.
Oh God, that just sounds painful.
It
Oh,
does. It does. I never had that, but
But he looked right at me. There was no bullshitting around. There was no. It's funny. He looked at me at one point and he says, "Well, I know this has to hurt because guys your age don't come to the doctor for this shit."
yeah, no shit. You know, when you show up at the doctor, it's bad.
I didn't like I'm a fucking hypochondriac looking to get away from anything. It hurt. But he hooked me up with some good drugs, did some muscle relaxers and painkiller and shit, and steroids to try to juice up the healing process. But,
Cool. Well, whatever you did, don't do that again.
well, and that's what everyone else said. And my reply to that is, I was getting out of bed to go to work.
Yeah, I know.
You're right. I should never get out of bed to go to work. Ever.
I know. You're fucking. The 40s suck ass. I hate my 40s. I just can't wait for 50s. It's just going to be so awesome.
Well, Kenny decided yesterday evening that he would make his first joke about everywhere he goes he causes ass hurt.
Ass hurt. Oh, man, ass hurt.
Oh God.
Oh, no. No.
That's the kind of clowning that happens constantly when you put trolls in the same room.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll make it go away if you want.
Oh, well, hopefully, like I said, he gave me some prednisone, the steroid, to try to, get it healing up quick. He gave me some muscle relaxers just to try to take the inflammation away. The muscles tension up around it, because that's what happens. The nerve gets
Make it go away. I can make it go away. You want it to go away right now? You want to?
Have a great day.
See you, Polly.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. I could make it go away, but he doesn't want it. He doesn't believe.
Dude, do something about this rain, because it's raining again. We're just going to fucking float away. My yard looks like a damn tropical rainforest. You would not believe how many peppers I've got in my garden. I am just like...
Okay.
Ugh.
Here we go.
Make it quit raining. We've had enough.
I will make it go rain. Don't worry about my... Anyways. Here we go. Rain. And the rain stops right now. Right now. There's no rain, is there?
Yeah, it's raining its ass off.
Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I can't believe I can't do this. I'm a wizard, and I can do this.
Okay, I gotta check the weather channel because it's like
Right
really
now.
windy.
Right now. The weather is...
Let's see. Yeah, we've had enough rain. Enough already. You know, they keep jacking with this Weather Channel app, and it's really starting to piss me off.
Yeah.
You know, once you have something that works, how about leave it alone?
I want it to go away. Away. The energy goes away. And now it's turning down. And goes away. Right now. Please.
Okay, I had to go check my radar because I couldn't get it to come up on the computer, but we're all right.
It's awful.
We're getting like 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts outside, but we're catching the edge of it, so that's cool.
You know, yeah, nothing.
Well, I was wondering why my weather radio didn't go off, but we're not under anything, so.
You awful.
Okay, I'll be back.
Gone. Where? It's gone. No. 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 It's gone. No. Fucker. You. Now, good night. Good night.